Cryotherapy is the use of extreme cold temperatures to stimulate healing throughout your body. You are surrounded by liquid nitrogen vapors. The temperature is reduced to as low as -240 Fahrenheit. And this triggers reaction in your nervous system. Your sensory receptors in your skin send signals to your brain that you're in trouble. And this sets off a whole chain of events inside your nervous system that go to healing, anti-inflammation, it boosts energy, it promotes collagen production. So there's a whole variety of different things that it addresses. You're in the session for 3 minutes. The temperature, we start your session out at -150 Fahrenheit. So you get the full impact of what cryotherapy provides. When you're going into hypothermia, your body begins to protect you. Your blood vessels constrict and force your blood to your core to protect your core temperature. These are all natural reactions to cold. Your blood is super oxygenated by that process of protecting your core temperature. And then when you come out of the chamber, your blood vessels dilate. All that super rich oxygenated blood then flushes through your system. Your hypothalamus in your brain is your temperature regulator in your body. And it produces all kinds of beneficial biochemicals, hormones, endorphins, adrenaline. Serotonin is also produced during the process, which is a natural anti-anxiety chemical. So it helps elevate your mood, alleviate anxiety and depression. There's also the added benefit of a more youthful glow to your skin. That super oxygenated blood helps your skin to kind of rejuvenate. It depends on what their issue is. We have pretty much 3 major targets of people that benefit from cryotherapy. Everybody will benefit from it. It's all natural and it pretty much helps anybody. But athletes, competitive athletes, as well as amateur athletes, fitness buffs, people who are interested in anti-aging, weight loss, that kind of thing, and people who've suffered from chronic conditions or injuries. If you have a chronic issue or an injury, we always recommend at least 3 sessions in the beginning to get that full benefit, to really feel what it's going to be able to do for you. And then after those 3 sessions, kind of judge for yourself how you feel and work into a maintenance routine. It is a therapy. It's not a one and done perfect cure for everything. It is something that needs to be integrated into your lifestyle. People who suffer from cardiac conditions, people who have known blood clot issues, pregnant women are not recommended to do this. It's just too much of a stressor on their body. Well, they should know whether or not they have blood pressure issue. People with high blood pressure that's not controlled should not try cryotherapy. It is very intense. And when you're in the session, your blood pressure can elevate a little bit because your blood vessels are constricting. But when you come out, your blood vessels dilate, everything settles back down. But if you do have that issue, it's not recommended for you. There's really no restrictions afterwards. We do provide alkalized water for all of our clients, even though they don't feel like they're becoming dehydrated. It is a dehydrating process because your body is working overtime. And alkalized water does rehydrate you much more rapidly. The molecules are broken down into smaller pieces and it is absorbed more readily into your system. So we do provide that. But other than that, we have clients that go straight from cryo to the gym and work out because they get that boost of energy and adrenaline. And we have other clients that like to go home and relax because they're feeling that more oxytocin feel where they're nice and calm and peaceful. So it basically is just however you respond to it. I haven't really encountered any disadvantages. People who do this regularly and have worked it into their routine basically can't live without it. They just love the energy, and also it's an energy boost that doesn't have that crash afterwards. You know, you drink an energy drink and then you feel kind of like yuck. This is a very natural process. Your body responds to it very naturally and metabolizes everything the way your body's supposed to. I studied nursing, and the owner of our facility was my neighbor, and he was contemplating opening this center that we have here when we were neighbors, and we got to talking about it, and he wanted medically minded people so that people who do come in do have medical issues that they're addressing, even though this isn't a medical process. He wanted people that would understand what they're going through, things like fibromyalgia and arthritis and recovering from injury, you know, from a car accident or a fall, something like that. And I graduated from nursing school, came straight here, and we've been building this business ever since. Oh yes, we get a lot of skeptics. And it's understandable, it's 3 minutes, but like I mentioned earlier, it's not a miracle one and done, but you do feel something after the very first session. It is a therapy. It needs to be something that you do on a regular basis. How often depends on you. It could be as often as 2 or 3 times a week to as seldom as once a month. It all depends on your needs and how you react to it. We've got people that come in once a week on a regular basis, and it's just part of their life. It is very good as an augment to chiropractic care. If you have back injuries, back problems, and you're seeing your chiropractor and you notice that you just kind of slip right back into the same misalignment. Chiropractic addresses the alignment of the spine, and that's wonderful. But the soft tissue issues, the inflammation and the pain kind of are still there. Cryotherapy helps your body to heal those issues, so your chiropractic is more effective for you. Clothing is optional. We recommend that you go into the chamber with as little on as possible. Since this therapy involves sensory receptors in your skin, the more skin exposure to the liquid nitrogen vapors and the cold, the better. Men, we do require that they leave their undergarments on. Women can go completely nude. We do provide gloves to protect your fingers, socks to protect your toes, and slippers. We also have a robe for privacy. So you enter the chamber with your robe on, the door is closed, and you take it off, and whatever level of exposure you're comfortable with is fine. As long as there's no metal in the chamber. If you have a bra that's got metal on it, you can't have that. More of a sports bra would be recommended. At this time, no, it is not a treatment that is covered by insurance. We are hoping that the medical community will get on board eventually. It's a process. Jermaine is a great example of recovering from an injury. He's a former NBA player who had an injury, and he is stepping up his training and efforts to get back into the NBA and integrating cryotherapy to go along with all of the things that he's doing to get back at his top peak performance. Maybe a month now, and he loves it. Every time he comes, he feels energized, ready to go. Muscles aren't sore anymore. Joints are ready to go. He's a local athlete, and we're very, very pro supporting our local athletes here in Orlando. He had some issues with joint pain and muscle pain, and when he does his cryotherapy, those issues are virtually gone, and he's able to get back out there and train that much harder. The specific temperature that is optimal for cryotherapy is minus 240 degrees, below zero. That triggers the response in your nervous system. We start our sessions at minus 150. That is kind of the trigger point where your body begins to respond. It's not enough to just be cold. It literally is a specific temperature where your body begins to respond and protect you, that we want these beneficial chemicals to start being produced. Just regular cold, your body is protecting yourself, but not to that extreme level. And we want to get you right there and then stop. Well, our chamber is in centigrade, so you'll see that it cools down to minus 100 degrees before we begin your session. We then start the session, and that way you're getting a full cryotherapy stimulating experience from the minute you walk into our chamber.